The Russian Navy's 3rd Admiral Gorshkov class or Project 22350 guided missile frigate, named Admiral Golovko, has started the second phase of its Factory Sea trials. The trials will be conducted at the Russian Navy's test site in the Baltic Sea. The tests are being conducted to assess and validate the operational performance of artillery, radio weapons, anti-aircraft missile weapon systems and their control systems, as well as the ship's communication equipment. This phase of trials will involve detailed inspection of the weapon systems of the frigate. All the tests will be under continuous observation and monitoring of the control center of the Russian Navy's main command. On 26 November 2022, Admiral Golovko went to sea for the first time and started Factory Sea trials. The Admiral Gorshkov is scheduled to begin its combat duty at sea in January 2023. It will perform its combat tasks in the Mediterranean Sea with Zircon hypersonic missiles on board, the source said, adding that it will be the first mission of this kind in the history of the Russian fleet. Admiral Golovko is an Admiral Gorshkov class frigate of the Russian Navy. The Admiral Gorshkov class is the successor to the Nastrashimy and Krivak class frigates. Unlike their Soviet-era predecessors, the new ships are designed for multiple roles. They are to be capable to execute long-range strikes, conduct anti-submarine warfare, and to carry out escort missions. Admiral Golovko was laid down on 1 February 2012 and launched on 22 May 2020 by Severnaya Verf in St. Petersburg. Earlier, on December 21, at the Defense Ministry's board session, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the frigate armed with Tsirkon hypersonic missiles would enter service in January 2023. On December 28, the Northern Fleet's press service said Frigate Admiral of the Fleet of the Soviet Union Gorshkov, under the command of Captain First Rank Igor Krokmal, had completed preparations for a long-distance voyage. In December, the vessel arrived to the Northern Fleet's main base in Severomorsk after scheduled maintenance at the Kronstadt Marine Plant. The Russian Northern Fleet currently operates 2 warships of Project 22350, the Admiral Gorshkov and the Admiral Kasatonov. Frigates of this project carry the Kalibran K cruise missile system as their basic strike weapon. These warships displace 4,500 tons and can accelerate to 29 knots. They are armed with Onyx and Caliber missiles and Polymentry air defense missile systems. Project 22350 frigates are expected to become the Russian Navy's most advanced warships in their class. These frigates are multi-purpose combat ships capable of effectively fighting enemy surface ships, aircraft and submarines, and delivering strikes against ground and coastal installations from a range of over 1,500 kilometers. Tsirkon missiles are produced by NPO Mashinostronia in Ryutov. In his State of the Nation address to the Federal Assembly in February 2019, Putin said that the Tsirkon missile is capable of reaching speed of about Mach 9, 9 times the speed of sound, with its range exceeding 1,000 kilometers. On the other hand, the frigate Admiral Gorshkov is due to lead a Russian naval task force early in 2023 in a show of strength to the west. The new mission is expected to take the Gorshkov from Severomorsk past the coast of Britain as it heads for war games in the Mediterranean amid the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The Admiral Gorshkov is scheduled to begin its combat duty at sea in January 2023, a source close to the Russian Defense Ministry told TASS state news agency. It will perform its combat tasks in the Mediterranean Sea with Zircon hypersonic missiles on board. The vessel this month arrived at the Northern Fleet's main base in Arctic port Severomorsk after scheduled maintenance at Kronstadt Marine Plant. Unsurprisingly, the Russians have not disclosed the exact routing or timings of when the frigate will sail past British shores. Oleg Gladky, commander of the Russian Northern Fleet's missile vessels, said, "The ship is armed with cruise missiles, including long-range and hypersonic Zircon missiles." The TV's Zvezda said that the frigate will very soon become the most dangerous enemy of surface ships in the world's oceans, indicating that it will conduct tests of its fearsome Zircon missiles, whose capabilities Putin claims are unparalleled. The hypersonic weapons can travel at speeds of nearly 7,000 miles per hour and can carry nuclear warheads. News of the frigate's planned journey to the Mediterranean comes just one day after Putin commissioned several new warships and a nuclear-powered submarine into Russia's navy. The Russian president yesterday gave the green light for Russian flags to be hoisted on the new vessels via video link from his Novo-Ugrayovo presidential residence outside Moscow, vowing to strengthen his armed forces. During his 2 decades in power, Putin has brought about a technological revamp of his armed forces capabilities, equipping the Navy with new warships and adding the Tsirkon missiles to Russia's arsenal. Among the newly commissioned vessels were a corvette, a minesweeper and the Generalissimus Suvorov nuclear-powered submarine that is capable of launching ballistic missiles. Another nuclear submarine, the Emperor Alexander III, was also put to sea on Thursday and will be commissioned following trials. "We will increase the pace and volume of construction of various ships, equip them with the most modern weapons," the Russian leader said in televised remarks. "All in all, everything to reliably ensure Russia's security, the protection of our national interests in the world ocean," he added. The Russian president has taken a close interest in the development of the Tsirkon missile and a year ago announced that a flawless salvo launch of the new era missile had been conducted successfully. The initial test firing was described by Russian state media as a big event for our country, a significant step in improving Russia's security and increasing defense capability.